Hello Natterers, Sam Dalling here, and we have reached the time of the week for Champo Talking Points. Yeah, you know the drill by now, or maybe you don't. If you're new, that's fine. But basically, each round of county championship games, County Cricket Natters is going to pick out 5 key talking points for you. Now, I'm doing one this week, and I'm joined by 4 brilliant guests as well. So it's a double win, really. You get to hear less of my voice and more of the insights from some fine cricketing minds. Now, the Duke's ball was back. We had 5 wins in Division 2. Middlesex crushed Yorkshire and Sussex. What a brilliant victory that was over Gloucestershire down in the final session there. And in the top tier, hey, the big 3 won. Durham, Essex, Surrey, all claiming victories and huge wins as well. They were emphatic. Right, I'm going to leave you there. We'll be back with the usual podcast. Myself and Annie and Harry Everett this week is joining us. Please do like, share, comment, subscribe, do all of the above. We're hoping to get this off and running, and we really appreciate your support.
I'm at Taunton, and I've been watching Somerset play Nottinghamshire. An unusual game. Striking Tom Banton against a red ball. It's not been a very common phenomenon, that. There were a lot of runs scored in this game, but he got 83 very polished runs. He's someone you always want to watch. We've watched him more often in white ball cricket. He's played 20 times for England in white ball cricket. Not so often for Somerset, even almost at red ball level. And he kind of epitomises the dilemma of many young cricketers. He arrived very quickly. His one-day cricket was astounding. He attracted the attention of the England selectors very early on. As I say, he's played a lot for England. To his credit, he doesn't think that's enough, because he wants to, although it's difficult for him, he wants also to be a red ball cricketer. And you never know whether that transition is possible now. It's a very difficult choice for batsmen who have excelled in the one-day game, how to find the balance when they go out and play red ball cricket. Sometimes they can play too many shots, just try and bat exactly the same way as they do in one-day cricket. Sometimes they can think, oh, this is a completely different game, and they go completely into their shell and they don't play enough shots, despite all the talent they've got. So it's always intriguing to watch these, if you like, one-day specialists come out and play red ball cricket and see how they go about their business. Now, we're still trying to assess that with Tom Banton, I'm sure. All I can say is that in this particular game, he got the balance more or less right, on a good surface to bat on, in that there were a lot of eye-catching, beautifully timed cover drives. There weren't many exotic one-day shots at all. And so we start, as spectators, to lick our lips. Perhaps this could work. Perhaps this could work. But it is a trickier game to stay in. So we all wish Tom Banton well. I wish Tom Banton well because I like the fact that he wants not just to be a franchise cricketer who zooms around the world, smashing it at the top of the order if he can. He also craves to be part of this Somerset red ball team and to go as far as he can as a red ball cricketer. I admire that ambition, because some people have just given that up. And I like the way he played against Nottinghamshire. But there'll be many more trickier trials ahead for him.
Right, well, I've braved the weather because I want to talk to you about Marcus Harris, Leicestershire's Aussie overseas opener. Try saying that 10 times quickly. Trust me, I have, and I've had to refilm this clip several times. Harris made 214 in Leicestershire's draw at Derby. The away side would have won that game, but for the weather. Harris put them in a really strong position, and I think he's the perfect overseas. He's a bit like someone like a Stuart Law or a Michael Di Venuto. Played a bit of international cricket, not a mainstay. Harris has played 14 tests, done okay. They probably won't go back to him, who knows, but he is ideal to come over and be a run machine in county cricket. He started at Leicestershire, had a couple of years at Gloucestershire, now he's back up at what I will always call Grace Road. He'd been over to England before actually, 17, 18-year-old, he played a bit of club cricket down in Taunton with Tom Abel. He scored runs for fun in Victoria. This was his 28th first-class century. And I think if you look at him, they've got Peter Hanscom, then they've got people like Hill, Kimber, Patel at the top of the order. It's a really strong-looking Leicestershire side this year. I think with Harris scoring heavily, they are a good bet for promotion into Division 1 of the County Championship.
How do, it's Bumble here. Who's caught my eye in this round of matches? TRJ, Toby 58 names, Toby Roland Jones. He's knocked Yorkshire out twice. And let's not forget that Middlesex in the first 2 rounds just couldn't buy a wicket. The Kookaburra Ball. Now then, they've got the beloved Duke back, and it's a win at Lloyd's, and a welcome win for Middlesex. But when you've got a line-up like Yorkshire, and they've got some wonderful players there, and your opening bowler knocks them out twice, I think that's eye-catching, and it's match-winning.
Cameron Steele, another 6 wickets, this time against Kent for Surrey. And that takes him to 20 wickets overall in this year's County Championship. He's now the top of the wicket-taking leaderboard. He's ahead of Sam Cook, and he's ahead of Jamie Porter by 5 wickets. And not many people would have predicted that at the start of the season. But those first 2 rounds with the Kookaburra Ball really did him some favours, and took 5 for 25 against Lancashire in the first round. And in this round, another 6 wickets. So he's been very valuable to Surrey. Originally born in California, of all places, then grew up in his teenage years in Western Australia, hence the Aussie accent. Started his career at Middlesex, then moved to Durham, where he got the yips for a bit, but he's certainly come back from that now. A lot of credit to Paul Collingwood for helping with that, and he signed with Surrey in 2021, and he's now a very, very useful part of their middle order batting, and this year he's really come to the fore with the ball as well. So who knows, maybe with that US passport that he's still got, there's a chance we might see him playing for the USA in the T20 World Cup this summer. But doing great work, and he certainly helped Surrey finish Kent off today, and that catapults Surrey to second position in the Division 1 leaderboard. So yeah, we'll have to see, but I'm expecting a few more good matches from Cam Steele this summer.
Well, a massive hello to each and every single one of you wonderful viewers at County Cricket Natters. My name is Aaron Viles, aka the Cricket Connoisseur, or perhaps for this week, maybe I should be coined Mr. Warwickshire, because the man that I'll be talking about does of course captain the Bare and Ragged staff. And that man in question is Alex Davis. Now, to say that Davis has had a scintillating start to proceedings in the Championship this year would be a little bit of an understatement. In fact, as of this week, he's the leading run scorer across either division, with a staggering 481 runs at an average of 120.25. And this week just forced home the point that this man is a man in form. An incredible 149 against Hampshire, a quality bowling attack featuring the likes of Liam Dawson, Kyle Abbott, Mohammed Abbas, Ian Holland and James Fuller, and he took them to pieces, to be honest. You also factor in the career best 256 against Durham last week, and he really is the main man in terms of the batting departments in Division 1 so far this season. And it's not just the volume of runs, that's one factor which is tremendously impressive, but it's also the manner in which he's amassing these massive scores as well, with a delectable combination of cut shots, cover drives, sweep shots and expansive shots down the ground. Honestly, it's been a very, very good start to the season for the newly appointed skipper, and to be honest, for Warwickshire fans, we're hoping that it continues for the next few rounds, because if he continues this rich vein of form and the bowlers can come into their own as well, who knows, come the end of 2024, could be County Championship title number 9 for the West Midlands County. I suppose we'll have to wait and see, but as for Davis, deserves all the plaudits and credits in the world, and as for the Bears, we'll be hoping for a win for the boys as we head towards that game against Nottinghamshire at Edgbaston this week.